If anyone's here at this time to speak on these, to please come forward.
See what, no one coming forward, so,
If no one is here, I ask that you close the public hearing and vote to approve these increase of assessments.
Motion to close the public hearing.
motion by Sheila, second by, Trey, to close the public hearing, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carried.
Thank you. That's all I have.
All right, very quick, thank you.
We gotta vote on it, right?
Yes.
Now,
To increase assessments.
there'll be a motion by Trey, second by Sheila, to approve this. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried. All right, moving right along. Consent item. Is there anyone who got to pull the item off or any
Mr.
question?
President, I would like to pull item 23 off just for a little further discussion and maybe item 24 as well.
That's in the city of Gluckstadt. Could you get Tim to come in here, Mr. President?
Both of them?
Well, I don't know. I need to check on Johnston Way.
Okay.
I think Johnston
I'd like
Way-
to make a motion to approve every other item except for item 23 and 24.
I think Johnston Way's off 43 in Canton, but I want to make sure.
All right, got a motion by Gerald to approve everything except 23 and 24. Got a second? Second by Sheila. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Tim, you outside, come in. Anybody?
Who put item 23 on the consent?
That would have been EMA, which would be Mr. Jones.
Do you know if that little ad was in the city of Gulfstack or was it in the county?
Item 23 is inside the city limits, and I'm checking on item 24 now, but I know line item 23 is inside the city limits of Gluckstadt.
I just contacted them. They're going to take over proving that road name, and then Johnston Way's in the city of Canton.
Okay.
43, is that right?
I'm checking on it right now.
Okay. Where's Trustmark Drive?
And it's gonna be right off. Give me 1 second out.
Okay.
That thing Gulfstack, Trustmark Drive?
He's checking.
I guess we can move.
All right,
On here.
Click here, it says.
we gonna go ahead and,
iPad.
know it's trash 23 off because the city want to name it. While he checked, we gonna go on down to Supervisor Gerald Steen.
Thank you, Mr. President. This is a letter from the city of Ridgeland asking for our request for our approval as well, just for a signature for them to send in. It's not a grant that would affect anything that the county is going to try for. So I would make a motion for approval or support of Ridgeland for this grant.
There's a motion by Gerald, a second.
Second.
Second by Carl. Any discussion?
Greg, can you know anything about this grant?
I do not know a whole lot about it, to be honest with you, no, sir.
Only thing I know, it ain't committing the county to any money, it's a grant.
Yeah, it's just a support letter from the county for them to ask for a federal grant.
All right. Got a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carry. All right. What now?
That's Ms. Taylor.
Oh, okay. Ms. George Taylor, come right up and tell us why you here.
Good morning. Mr. Banks, I have some
Speaking to
pictures.
that mic there.
Oh, I have some pictures, but like he print this exact same pictures. but I will give y'all.
The pictures,
Yeah, but like he print the same ones.
Ms.
I
Hill,
sent,
you sent me some pictures,
Oh,
and I
okay.
I couldn't print them, but what I did.
Like I sent him a lot
I
of-
sent, each one of the supervisors
Okay,
the pictures, so
Okay.
that I just text those to them, so they should have them in their phone.
okay,
Yeah, the same set of pictures.
okay then, thank you.
All right. Is Tim in? Oh, yeah, I see him.
Okay, those are the pictures that, I sent Mr. Banks, containing to,
It should be on your text, it should be on your phone too.
What's your address?
802 St. Charles Street.
Is that here in Canton?
No, ma'am, out in Kearney Park,
Kearney Park,
in Flora.
Magnolia Heights, subdivision, District 4. Okay,
Go ahead,
Okay.
Ms.
Those are the
Joyce.
pictures that I sent Mr. Banks containing to every time there is a heavy rain come, how my yard floods and how the rain would come into my house.
Oh.
Well, I had sent the pictures over to Madison County and before, what's his name? The administrator before. What's his name?
Davis.
Okay. Before he left, they had did a claim, because the water had came into my house. It always come into my house, so the water be like a lake, my yard be like a lake, so the water have nowhere to go. So one day Lawrence Morris and Michael Jackson was out there, and it was raining, so we all stopped, but they flagged me down, they stopped. Michael Jackson and Lawrence was talking at the stop sign right there, and he said, Mike, look right there. So they both looked, and they said, let's get out. They said, George, do you mind getting out? It's raining. I said, no, so I got my umbrella. We walked. We got out, we walked. They said, this is why the water is coming into your house. So they decided that they was gonna come back and have a talk with Tim. They said, because until we fix this problem, you're gonna continue to have flood issues coming into your house, and that's not your fault. So I started taking pictures of all the, damaged pipes and all that, how all the mud was clogged up in the pipes and everything. The reason why all the water was coming into my house, damaging my property and getting up to my bricks and messed up all my floors. This like the 4th time I have paid to get my house redone. I had my insurance to do it one time. The other 3 times I had to do it because my insurance like, we're gonna drop you if we have to keep fixing your house for the same problem. So Mr. Banks know, because I used to text him, and even the other person that took Mr. Banks' place when he left, I was calling him too. Dave Bishop, no response, okay. So I had to do it. And I was spending like thousands and thousands of dollars, over $11,000, $10,000, to get my house and floors redone. So even Albert Jones knows, because he'd have came to my house before, he'd have seen the issues of how my house floods. So when Mr. Tim came out, Tim never came inside my house. So Tim went back and told the insurance people that the water, well, I might be going too fast, but anyway, I'm gonna get to the point, that the water was coming to my house from the back of my house. No water was coming to my house from the back of my house. The water was coming to my house from the side of my house. So when Krista Price called me, she said, Miss Taylor, she said, I talked with Tim, and Tim told me that he just told you that to get rid of you. I said, oh, did he really? I said, okay. Well, let me take this a little further. I said, because that wasn't right for Tim to tell. I told Tim that she told me that. And I also told Tim that Miss Helen told me that she said that because he told her to tell the insurance people that the water was coming into my house from the back of my house.
Okay, so let's get back to the drainage, the problem that you're having. It doesn't matter, he said or she said. We're just here to try to help you fix whatever it is, if we can.
But I just was telling you
So,
what you
yeah,
said.
it doesn't matter. So tell us what you need us to do.
I need you all to fix my house.
well, I think what she wants, just for us to acknowledge, that the poor maintenance on the culverts, as you can see in some of those pictures, are completely full, is the reason why our house is flooded. Now, an acknowledgement to our insurance company that it was, our lack of maintenance that caused the flooding, then the insurance company would go ahead, I believe, and make a decision based on that information as opposed to misinformation. Because the water definitely was not coming from the back of the house. It was coming from the stopped up culverts. And since I think the last time Lawrence is they've been out there and they have completely got rid of all those culverts, put in new culverts, and the last time you had big rains out there, you didn't flood.
No, we had rain for a whole week.
Yeah. So, what I'd like to make a motion that we instruct our engineer to get back with the insurance company and let them know that the flooding was really due to the county's lack of maintenance of the culverts, and that's what caused the flooding. And that has been corrected. So she shouldn't have any more claims on flooding due to the fact that we've gone out and fixed it. And that's basically it. That's what she's here for. She just wants us to acknowledge that lack of maintenance caused flooding. And that's my motion.
Second.
The last big rain, did your house flood?
No, sir.
That was what, about a month ago, 2 months ago?
About a month ago, it was after they did the work.
No, sir.
Mr. President, I would ask Tim to come up and maybe give us his picture of what's going on and what happened.
Well, there were two pipe, or there was one pipe that went across the road to a ditch that went into the main lake. When the main lake backs up, it backs up all those pipes. So Lawrence did put in another pipe that went, I guess, perpendicular to the one that was originally in, that went right directly into the lake. And that did double the capacity of the water that could get out. So, that probably did play a part in it. The culverts that were placed upstream from her have no bearing on her, because all they do, if they were plugged, they would hold water back. Now that they're open, they push more water towards her. So that's apples and oranges. But I guess it was about a month ago, Mr. Banks asked me to get back with the insurance company, and I did. And I told them what he asked me to tell them, and I have not heard from them since. They said they were going to get back and either approve or deny the claim based on that. So I'm assuming, since Ms. Joyce is still here, that they did deny the claim again.
Tim, let me get through with Tim first. Tim, are you saying that the flooding was caused by a small culvert?
That it was a contributing factor, yes, sir.
Okay, are you saying that it did flood her house because of that then?
There are multiple reasons that her house flooded, but yes, that is one of them.
What is the other one?
Well, you've got the lake that sits there on the other side of the street, and when it fills up with water, the water has nowhere to go.
Right.
Because all the water runs into the lake. When the pipes are underwater in the lake, it backs up into the neighborhood.
Whose lake is that?
It's a private lake. I'm not sure who owns it.
Yeah.
Okay, so that actually belongs to someone else.
Correct.
And that was a contributing factor to it as well,
Yes.
in your opinion.
Yes.
And the culvert that was replaced by
And
Lawrence
that's a bigger,
was a bigger factor, and so.
well, yes,
So-
that was definitely a factor. Now, the lake is not full of water. The dam burst and it's lower.
Okay, so you say that we did contribute to some of the flooding?
We
just
did
because-
contribute to
okay,
some of it.
That's what I need to know.
Yeah. Well, I know, I know that last flood rain we had was just about a historic type rain. And I know that lake got full, and it should have bagged up the way it been bagging up. And if your house didn't flood then, seemed like whatever we did, we fixed the problem. So there's a motion and a second. Any more comment, team?
Motion again, Paul.
Ronnie, give us the motion.
What I have here is to acknowledge that instruct the county engineer to acknowledge that Madison County caused the flooding issue and notify her insurance provider that the problem has been resolved.
And lack of maintenance.
Yeah, lack of maintenance. You know,
Is that accurate?
it was the maintenance issue and the lack of maintenance.
So go ahead and specify from lack of maintenance.
Yeah.
Is that accurate, Tim?
Yes.
Supervisor Banks, was the intention of the motion to notify her insurance carrier or our insurance carrier?
I think they're going back and forth between our insurance carrier on this one.
I can tell you that our insurance carrier denied the claim on the basis of it being an act of God. Which, if with this acknowledgement, we may want to run it through our insurance carrier first.
Now, God has his hands on a lot of things. I understand that. but now, you know, a lack of maintenance contributed to God being able to put water in our house.
Understood.
Well,
And
let's
that-
leave
and that has
God
been-
out of this, and I'm gonna carry this motion.
Okay.
Which insurance provider are we?
Both. Wouldn't you
Insurance
say?
provider?
Yeah, well, we're dealing with our insurance provider. We just want them to have a clear picture of what we suspect and let them make a determination from
Instruct the
that.
county
That's all
engineer
we
to
can do.
acknowledge that Madison County caused the flooding by lack of maintenance and to notify the insurance providers that the problem has been resolved.
I don't like that way
That
to
it
say it.
won't happen again.
The county's insurance provider.
Yeah.
Not
Just the
theirs,
county.
because we're not dealing with theirs.
Okay.
I don't like that terminology saying that Madison County caused the flood.
Well, it's not the maintenance. It's the lack of maintenance.
We could restate
Yeah, it's
that
just a
and
lack of
put it
maintenance.
like Tim, I think, was saying that it
Contributed to?
Yeah.
It
Contributed.
contributed.
Yeah, that's a better word. That's a better word. Unless our lawyer got an even better
But
one.
that was the intent. That was the intent. Basically, the insurance company still got to make a determination.
That's right.
Not asking them to do anything other than just want to give them a complete picture of what caused the flood.
And what I understand Tim saying, that's, in your opinion, that is what happened then.
Yes, it was there were multiple reasons, but that one was definitely one of them.
Okay.
Ronnie, can we hear that motion again?
Instruct the county engineer to acknowledge that Madison County contributed to the flooding issue by lack of maintenance and notify the county insurance providers the problem has been resolved.
Yeah. In terms of the maintenance. The maintenance has been done.
In terms of the
Flooding
maintenance.
is over until we stop maintaining it right again. Because we do have some issues we wanted to get involved with at some point dealing with that lake. Because the lake was actually the retention for the subdivision.
All right.
That's how that
Mr.
lake
Espy,
was built.
is that a good motion, Mr. Espy?
Espy, soften that up.
Yeah.
Are we asking our insurance company to review the claim again?
Yeah.
Yes.
So if they would reverse their denial, then maybe they will approve the claim and she'll get the money. Is that
Exactly.
what we're doing?
Yeah.
That's what we're doing.
Yeah.
That should be in the motion.
Yeah.
We need some action from our insurance company.
Yeah, they just,
Telling them that
they need to
because of
re-review it.
maintenance, That's why our house flooded, but we corrected the problem. Which means that the earlier incident was our fault in a contributory way. So that's what
Request reversal of claim denial, or denial of claim?
we asking them
Review.
to review the claim with an eye toward rescinding their earlier denial. Because the flooding at their house was based on some inaction we took based on lack of maintenance. And if they know that, then their denial was in error.
Yeah.
Basically, you're gonna get with us on this motion, make sure it's written correctly. There you go. How about
Okay.
that, supervisors? Is that a good motion?
Okay. We gonna make it, carry this motion, and we don't know what it gonna be. But we gonna authorize our lawyer to get with Chancery clerk to make sure he gets
I
right.
think the motion is good with the exception asking the insurance to review,
To re-review.
to review the claim.
That's all.
Let's just add that to it.
What,
That's all we're asking to do is review the claim.
You want to request reversal of the, well,
I'm not
the attorney will
requesting,
take care of
I'm
that.
requesting their review.
Let Mike write the letter.
That's right.
Attorney will do that.
Well, you have the motion with the exception of just asking the insurance company to review the
It's gotta go
claim.
back to the insurance
Correct.
company.
Yeah. Is that what you have on the motion?
Yes, sir.
Is that your motion, Mr.
That was the
Banks?
intent of the motion, was it goes back to the insurance company.
All right, Mr. President,
All
I
right,
think we
the
have a motion.
information.
I'm gonna carry the motion, I'm gonna vote for it, but I still don't know exactly what I'm voting for. All in favor?
Aye.
All
The motion is that we're gonna ask our insurance carrier to review their earlier denial of her claim based on factual considerations that brought to the board by our insurance.
That's it.
Yeah. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
Me too. I'm not sure
Okay.
what the motion is.
Motion carried.
Motion carried. All right.
Okay, then, we'll see what we can do, John.
Thank you.
They still might turn you down.
They gonna be confused, cause we were.
Mr. Albert has your answers?
Yeah.
Okay,
On
I
the
did.
road.
I would ask the board for, on consent items, item 24, to approve. That's the normal procedure we do. It's not inside the city limits of Canton, but it's in Canton, it has Canton zip code, but it's in the county.
Make a motion for approval
For
for item
approval.
24 for
Second the motion.
Johnston Way.
And for item,
Hold, let me get this. Motion by Gerald, second by Carl, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Now,
and item 25 on the consent, it was already approved through Glustat, but they already have approved it, so we brought it to our board to approve.
23 is the other one that we pulled,
Okay, so it's just
which
a
is the
911 issue.
Germantown
Yes.
Village.
Okay.
now, that's in the Gulfstat. We know that's in
That's in-
Gulfstat. We did it with 25.
25.
It's already been approved by the
Yes,
city.
by Glustat board.
Thank you, Albert.
Yes, sir.
All right? Very
Mr.
good.
President, the only thing that I would ask is for the administrator to get with the city of Gluckstadt and let them know that we did not approve the Germantown Village Boulevard.
Mr.
Did
President,
not.
okay, we pulled 23 and 24. 25 is already approved, so we need to go back and approve 23.
No, we
No.
don't. No, we're not
We're
going
not gonna approve 23.
No, that's what I was
In the
just
city.
saying.
Yeah.
That the administrator would touch base with the city of Gluckstadt and let them know that we did not approve item 23 because it's within the city limits.
For them.
Sorry.
All right, so what now? I see the next item is, under Supervisor Griffin, but we thought Supervisor Banks was not gonna be here.
I'll go ahead and make this motion. I don't know, okay, that letter is. This motion is basic, what we found out, that we have the funding for the upper Bear Creek, but that watershed is a massive watershed, and to really eliminate the flooding, or come close to eliminating the flooding, I think we ought to be able to eliminate the flooding if we can go and have them fund or add funding so that we can treat the entire Bear Creek watershed and not just the upper.
It's
So
an easy
that's what
motion.
That's what that motion is.
That letter.
So that's what this letter is for, is I'd like to get approval for us to send a letter to Kirk Reedus asking them, NRCS, to take a look at increasing our funding. That's
That's
all.
your motion?
Second.
The motion is to approve this letter, right? Motion by Carl, second by Sheila.
Yeah.
Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried. All right, since you under my name, I sent, Mike, you an email over the weekend or Thursday about drawing up a resolution for Soldier Henry. I'm gonna make a motion to authorize you to draw up that resolution and bring it back to us on next meeting.
Second.
All right, got a motion by myself, second by Carl.
What
All
was that
in
motion for, Paul?
To him to draw up a resolution on Soldier Henry
Oh, okay. Got it.
and bring it back to us next meeting.
Got it.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried. All right, moving right along now to our bond attorney, Thad and Steve Pittman.
Is that Steve Pittman?
It is.
Good morning.
Hey, how you doing?
Our resolution before you today is to authorize an intent to issue up to $5,250,000 of general obligation debt of the county for various projects in the county. We include roads, bridges, parks, county buildings, et cetera, as part of our annual, road plan and building plan in the county like we've done the last several years. So this is for a 5-year term on the debt, not to exceed $5,250,000. After this meeting, we will publish a notice of sale and seek proposals of interest rates for this money, and then we'll come back to you guys, first meeting, I believe, in November, to open the bids to determine the lowest interest rate for the borrowing of this money and go ahead and get these funds applied to the county, hopefully in late November.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Got a motion by Carl, second by Trey. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried.
Thank y'all.
Anything, Steve?
He did okay.
He did a good job. All right.
Good job, Steve.
All right, thank you all, guys.
Okay.
Our building and ground director, Drew, you up?
Good morning, Mr. President, Board of Supervisors. Buildings and Grounds is seeking authorization to advertise for playground equipment at Rogers Park and Camden Park this morning.
Motion.
Second.
Got a motion by Trey, second by Carl. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried.
Thank you.
All right.
Hey, Drew, if you have here I am, Drew. If you have a chance, you might want to go down and look at Strawberry Patch Park in Madison, because they have a little playground there, and it is always packed. So you might want to go see what they did, and you may not have to recreate the wheel again.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Moving right along to mine, the fire coordinator.
Good morning, Supervisors.
Good morning.
We have 2 fire trucks on the order. And to purchase 2 of them, I got the quote low as I could get them, but I had a request from one of the chiefs getting the truck to move from a side-mounted pump panel to a top-mounted pump panel, which is a little bit more expensive truck.
Just briefly, very briefly, explain to me what's a side, top
Okay.
down and the top.
We have a pump operator, that's the driver of the truck who operates the truck. The pump panel's on the driver's side down low. It's in front of the rear wheels. It's in the middle of the truck on the road side. Now, when we move it to a top mantle pump, it puts a walkway behind the cab of the truck where all the controls are up there.
All right, that got it. Move on.
Okay.
All right.
So, and I told them I'd get a quote, make sure it fit in our budget, and Sunbelt quoted me, and it does fit well within our budget to purchase the trucks. And I approved it with our county administrator to double check it.
How much are the trucks?
Sir?
What's the price?
Well, the upgrade is $15,424,000, but the 2 trucks, I think, together were like $929,000.
And what fund does this come out of?
Our fire rebate, it's insurance rebate money we get, which is actually no cost out of the county, but general funds, it's all rebate money.
And then we have to equip them with air tanks and respirators and all that stuff?
Right, and when we get that, we will get another grant the rural firefighters grant, since these trucks are going to be rural firefighters, we'll get $90,000 on each truck to use towards equipping, and we've already been approved for 2 of those grants, one for each truck, which will be.
Who's writing your grant application?
There's no grant application for that. We did it ourselves. I did it myself and submitted it and got approved.
Okay.
All right, there a motion?
Motion.
Second?
Motion by Trace, second by Sheila. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you here. Moving right along, Tim.
Good morning again. First item I have is the final plat for Pinehurst 2A of Caroline. This contains 38 lots on 16.27 acres. We do have a letter of credit.
Motion.
Second?
Got a motion by Trey, second by Sheila. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried.
Next item is Pinehurst 2B of Caroline. It is 31 lots on 13.98 acres, and we also have the letter of credit on it.
Motion.
Second?
Motion by Trey, second by Sheila. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried.
All right, next item I have is a time extension request for Catlett Road widening. There are multiple milestones within a project through the MPO, and we're requesting a 1-year extension for the acquisition of right-of-way. This should have no bearing on the final project completion. We just needed a little more time to get with a couple of people out there on that project.
Did you get that lady straight with the stakes in her yard?
Yes, we did.
She happy?
Yeah.
Okay.
She understands now.
Okay. Y'all went out there, staked that lady's yard up, scared her to death.
Yeah,
All right.
I agree.
Motion.
All right, motion by Trey,
Second.
second by Carl. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried.
All right, I have one more, if I could. Thursday afternoon, a letter request came in from MDOT for a PS&E letter requesting for permission to advertise for Reunion 3. We've got everything submitted for Reunion 3. They just asked that this letter to be a cover letter on top of it. So ask that you approve that letter and allow the board president to sign it.
Motion?
Second.
Motion by Sheila, second by Trey. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried.
All right, thank you.
All right. Moving right along, that was Tim, no Scott Weeks.
Mr. President, Board of Supervisors, I have one item. It's Michael Jefferson. It's a mobile home in a residential district. This is a medical hardship, 644 Way Road. And this pertains to his mother, Stephanie Jefferson, so he can be in close proximity.
Is Michael here?
Yes.
Hey, Michael, how you doing? All right. All right, I make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by myself, second by Carl. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? All right. Go take care of Mom, Michael. All right. Attorney of law.
Good morning.
Morning.
In the earlier meeting, you approved a cooperation agreement between the county and the city of Madison to improve 10 roads. That MOU has been signed by the city of Madison. Now, we're doing this without an AG's opinion. So if we approve it, they approve it, it goes on each other's minutes, and we can begin the work. So Mayor Hawkins has approved the cooperation agreement. So we need to acknowledge approval of the city of Madison. And then once Mr. Griffin signs it, really, and it goes on each body's minutes, we can actually begin the work. So I'm asking you to acknowledge the cooperation agreement.
Motion?
Second.
Motion and second and a question. We're acknowledging this agreement, and I don't have it in front of me. It was been a little while since I read it.
It's on item 46, I believe.
46.
Yeah, your signatures needed.
This was the same motion that we passed at the last board.
Yes.
And we're just acknowledging it now. So,
And usually we do an AG's opinion. We're not doing it now. And the law just says that if both bodies agree to the terms of the cooperation agreement, both bodies vote for it, and both bodies put it on each of the minutes of their body, then each one can acknowledge and we can begin the work. That's what we're doing.
That's the widening of Academy Road, right? Is that 44?
No, it's in the city of Madison.
It's in this, all these roads are within the municipality of the city of Madison.
all we're doing is just acknowledging.
We're acknowledging that the mayor signed the agreement.
True, well, let me just say the point I was just trying to ask then. If we not doing, why are we getting Attorney General's approval on any of them when we're not getting it on this one?
We don't have to. I think that it's been just a practice in the past to do it. And that, Mr. Griffith, it might be for other different reasons. Like, for instance, if it's extremely complicated, it might be advantageous for a third party to look at it, meaning the AG's office.
Okay.
But if it's not complicated, if both bodies trust each other to do the work, then it's just as good as having the AG's opinion.
Okay, don't this speed up the process?
Yes.
On things that we be wanting to do?
Without a doubt.
In the past and in the future?
Yes, sir. And in fact, that's why we're doing this, because there was an earlier memorandum of understanding in the interlocal agreement for these same roads between Madison and Madison County. And the deadline was September 30th, 2022. And it really sat in the AG's office, and it was not approved, and the deadline was coming up. And so the red flags went up, and so that's why we agreed to do this, and then to extend the deadline to the end of this year.
Okay.
So it just, it takes them, they're busy, and it just takes them a long time to get to certain things. And so we're taking this off the table, and we're doing it ourselves,
Mr. Griffin,
by statute.
actually, we just did this with City of Ridgeland probably 3 months ago when we extended
Yes.
some money on flooding. We
Yes.
didn't go through the AG's opinion. We did this instead of going through the AG's opinion.
And you remember when I brought this up, Ms. Griffin, at the last meeting, I provided you a copy of the statute
Yeah.
that allowed for this.
Okay. I have no problem doing it, but the only thing about it is, we were doing this all the time, years back, and some board member brought this Attorney General thing into it and started slowing down the progress of it. So I'm glad to see we getting to the point that we can speed things up when both entities are
Yeah.
agreeing on it. All right.
And before you vote, could you add into, Ms. Jones, the motion that I've spoken with the AG's office, and they've taken that off of their docket. So we need to acknowledge that they have removed the prior interlocal from their docket, so this is the only one out there.
I'll amend my motion to include that.
All right, well, we got a motion
Second.
by Sheila and a second by Trey.
Money, you got the motion?
Get with the,
The motion to acknowledge the signature of the city of Madison,
Yeah.
Cynthia's got it.
okay,
agreements on the minutes.
and acknowledge the withdrawal of the earlier interlocal by the Attorney General of Mississippi.
Okay.
All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Motion carried. All right. Now is our county administrator.
Morning. I have two things for you today. Item 47 is to acknowledge the Northeast Madison County Community Park financial report as a condition when.
Motion.
Oh, fair enough.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried.
All right, item 48. On Tuesday of last week, the city of Gluckstadt voted to renegotiate their MOU with an eye towards less reliance on county maintenance of city roads. What I'm asking you for today is the direction of both myself and our attorney to renegotiate the MOU with the city. with that same eye towards reducing the city's reliance on county road maintenance. But again, I'd like to reiterate, the city voted to do this first. We're not leaving the city high and dry. They said, we think we're ready.
Well, Greg, can you, and Mike go meet with them and their counselor and make sure everybody's on the same page and everybody's gonna be happy with this?
Absolutely.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Motion by Trey, second by Sheila. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried.
All right, and I don't know why this didn't come up. Mr. Bryan does have a couple of things for executive session, so we would like one of those as well.
All right. Mike, you got it in executive session also?
We do.
All right. All right, we'll get that off up of what, that determination?
Comptroller's next, Mr. President.
Oh. Better stop signing and pay attention. Come on, Comptroller.
Good morning.
Morning.
Item 49 is approval of the budget amendments and the interfund cash transfers.
Motion for approval.
Second.
Ooh, we got
Earl and
a
Sheila.
motion in 2 or 3 seconds. Second by Sheila.
Third.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried.
Items 50 and 51 is for the approval of the general claims docket and one payroll docket.
Move.
Motion by Carl,
Second.
second by Sheila. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried.
Item 52 is approval of the fleet corps claim docket.
Move.
Second.
Motion by Carl, second by Trey. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried.
I'm okay.
All right.
Item 53 is approval of the budget amendments, our final budget amendments for FY 2022.
Move.
Motion by Carl,
Second.
second by Gerald. Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried.
And the last item, number 54, is approval of the American Rescue Fund quarterly report.
Motion.
Motion by Carl, second by Sheila. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, Ronnie Lott,
Nothing, Mr. President.
High Sheriff.
Good morning, just one item for you. Just acknowledge the billing for DOC for the month of August, $25,565.50.
Move.
Second.
Motion by Carl, second by Trey. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
That fit, Sheriff?
That's it, thank you.
That's it? Oh, okay. Moving right along. Old business.
Ain't got nothing.
No old business. Now we gonna go in that executive session. We'll come back.
Okay. We got a motion.
Motion to
for-
close termination.
Close termination is motion by, Trey.
Second.
Second by Carl. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried.
What are the purposes